So this time we're taking a look at the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters Catwoman. This is the, there's variants of this figure. I'm not sure which is the actual variant and which is the normal figure. But you come with a glasses up version or a glasses down version, or I guess night vision goggles would be more appropriate. And obviously this is the goggles up version, and unfortunately there's a mistake here that they made with all these figures, and we'll get right to that, and that's the fact that the goggles here are backwards. Now you're gonna have to use your imagination here, because if you look at the goggles, you can see the way they're curved to fit a human face, with the notch for the nose for the goggles to rest on, and so that would have to be in a certain position. And I think the way these goggles are supposed to work is that when they're up, they're supposed to look like the cat ears, which they do in their up position, vaguely resemble the cat ears like the 60s Catwoman had. And they would swing down, they would be lowered down across her eyes, but they would pivot outwards, so you have to imagine these would sort of swivel up as she would pull them down. And if you do that, you notice that you can see that the goggles will rest with the curve down across her face here, but with the nose part facing upwards. So the mistake that they made is they just reversed this around and they put it on backwards. Now I've seen people in videos pull these down across her face, but I do not think that they're actually meant to, so I'm not going to do that with mine. And I'm actually considering kind of tearing these out and re-gluing them on the correct way, so they would flip forward the right way. Not on the figure, but in reality. I haven't decided yet, since she is such a hard figure to find. I'm going to wait maybe until I find a goggles down version of her. So at least then, if I mess up the figure, I will have another version of the Catwoman to fall back on. And so anyway, getting into the sculpt, it's a pretty decent sculpt. It uses, I think, pretty much the female body of previous DC Universe Classics figures. You get the same level of articulation, but they do have, like, the new sculpt details are pretty good on here, with the design on the actual costume. You can make out the little divots and stuff, the zipper, and you can see the smooth boots as opposed to the rough sort of, cat suit on the rest of her body. And you get the smooth look on the gloves as well. And for articulation, her head is pretty limited by the sculpt of her hair As you can see, it's sculpted to rest on her shoulders and drape it down. And so that's a very nice sculpt detail, but it does limit your articulation on the head. But you still can get some poses, some movement out of it, left and right, and forward slightly, not too much, but that's about it. Arms do go all the way around, out to the side. This has got a swivel at the bicep there, got a bend at the elbow, and her wrists rotate. She's got ab articulation, which is pretty good. She bends far forward and a little bit back, not too much. A waist articulation, but you turn her, and like a lot of the DC Universe Classics women, you turn her and it really breaks up the sculpt of the body there. Legs do go forward pretty far, not back any. I mean, really, that is, nothing. They do go out to the side, though, and there's a rotation at the thigh there, just above the knee, a bend at the knee, and her ankles do flex forward some, but are limited to the back because of her high heels on the boots there. Now, you'd think that because of her high-heeled boots there, she would be pretty hard to stand, but actually I haven't had too much of a trouble with her standing free. Even though she does have holes on the bottom of her feet, she does not come with a base of any sort to peg her into. She does come with the main section, the floor section of the bat signal collect and connect pieces. So, taking a look at this, you can see that there is some neat little details here in terms of the design of the roof and sort of section where the bat signal will rest. You can see there is a box with a little button here, or I guess switch would be more appropriate, and you can kind of turn that around to pose it to your liking. It's just tabbed in there in a peg into the bottom of the base here, and there I don't have the sort of the base of the actual bat signal yet. That comes with the Batman figure, which I'm holding off really on purchasing until I hopefully find the Kmart unique, the Kmart exclusive Batman, which comes with the additional blueprints to the vehicles, because that will take some of the sour taste of having to rebuy that figure for a second time. In some cases, people will be rebuying this figure to make the bat signal for maybe the third or fourth time, because you got it with the original Dark Knight Movie Masters. You got it in a 2-pack that came with an exclusive figure, which I decided not to purchase. And you get it now in this wave with the piece to build the bat signal, which is a pretty crucial piece too, because it's, that makes the main section of the actual signal onto the base here. They put the swivel portion onto another piece, and then you have to put that piece onto here. And I would have felt they could have just put the swivel piece onto this base, and it would have been fine. But that's Mattel for you. So I'm holding off on completing the signal until I can find that specific Batman. And although I may just have to suck it up and buy that Batman, because if I find the other figures before that figure, then I don't think I can wait until I find that specific exclusive Batman figure. So that does it for the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters Catwoman figure. And I think it'll probably be a little bit longer. Might be like August or so until we start seeing the other two figures showing up in stores. I know the Joseph Gordon-Levitt character is going to be that one, and I'm hoping that they will announce the sixth one at San Diego Comic-Con. I think that would be pretty neat, since I believe that is the week of the Dark Knight premiere, or when it opens in theaters. So it'd be a neat thing for Mattel to have at that time. So we'll see. So stay tuned for more of these Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters as I get them. And until my next video, I'll see you.